Big Savage in the building. Grind don't stop unless he kill me. You already know. Welcome to the Savage Nation. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Today, inside the NBA, they done finally reacted to Ja Morant, you feel me? Flashing another banger. Most likely probably gonna be suspended. I heard they saying about half the season. I don't know, bro. I'm kind of... If you heard what JJ Redick said, I don't think he did nothing wrong. He ain't did nothing illegal. Everything's still been investigated. I think they jumping the gun a little too early on bro. But let's see what they got to say. Shaq, Chuck, the whole gang is here.
And front and center in the NBA, let's start with Ja Morant. Because we've seen again another incident here this month. Instagram Live, apparently brandishing a handgun. And so, can you tell me what would be appropriate punishment?
Well, I think before we get to punishment, Ernie, I think we need to understand the situation and the levity of the situation.
Right.
A lot of people say, well, you know, what did he do? He flashed a gun. Some people have been saying there, and then other people are saying, hey, this guy is flashing a gun, and that's serious offense.
Exactly.
The NBA has a morality clause that in everyone's contract. Let's start there.
Okay.
That expresses
That makes sense.
Violence, racism, all types of different things that can be considered morality.
Oh, so they got to read their paperwork. Now, when you say morality, is it specifically jotted down as flashing a gun or using a gun or any type of behavior with guns? Because the right to bear yourself, my friend, is all the way legal. He ain't do nothing crazy with a gun. He ain't point the gun, threaten nobody with the gun on camera. At least not on camera, he ain't threatening nobody with the gun, as far as we know shit. But, you feel me? Even if they got this morality clause, I don't see where, you know, dancing with a gun goes against that.
Flashing guns will be part of that. And when Adam Silver brings you in the...
It's flashing guns, but it's how you flash the guns. Dancing with the gun versus flashing the gun, threatening somebody is two different things, bro. And I honestly think they treating it as if it's one and not the other, if you know what I'm saying.
The office and says, we're going to suspend you a game, and this is part of the morality clause. Why you're going to do it, then you do it again. There's something wrong with you. I hear a lot also, Charles and Shaq, about, oh, he's got to get new friends. It gets to a point, it's not your friends, it's you. It isn't your friends. Or maybe you're the friend that they shouldn't be around because you have the access, the power, and the money. And Ja Morant is just at a point in his life to make a decision.
Now these niggas trying to say he some type of fucking Pablo Escobar, some type of head honcho or something. He the fucking brains of the operation. He finna start him up a whole RICO case or something. Ja Morant's the all-time leader now. Man, cut that bullshit out.
I'm gonna hold myself accountable to a higher standard. And if he chooses to do that, he can move on because he hasn't hurt anyone to this point yet. He has only looked foolish. That's his only crime right now.
That's true.
Foolish and possibly influencing NBA followers. The next step is something happens. And because he's putting himself in a world where you're saying, I'm flashing guns because I'm going to use them. And there are people out here in this world that look for target people like Ja Morant. It's okay. You want to be that? Let's see if you're really about that. Because you do have a lot of access that we don't have. And those people in those world. And that's where Ja Morant has to make that decision himself.
He ain't saying nothing but facts right here. All this shit is facts. You feel me? I gave him a little pushback, but everything he just said, all facts, bro. Because that's the only thing that come with this life. Ja ain't did nothing wrong yet, but he ain't gonna have to do nothing wrong with them niggas on your ass, bro. If you want to be about it, they'll definitely show you what it's about. On both sides, and it ain't pretty.
So punishment is always going to be accountable. Whatever he gets from Adam Silver, but his inability to understand that it's him, it's not his friends. So I don't want to hear everyone talk, oh, his friends, and he needs it. It's him who's making that decision. And we've all had friends that are influenced positively and negatively.
Braden has amazed me. He's so strong.
Well, first of all, I got to say something, man. We got some idiots, some fools, some jackasses on television that really just piss me off. Talking about Josh should make a stand saying he didn't break any laws. He didn't do anything wrong. We're in a state where you can carry your gun. Those guys are they're just freaking idiots. And I only said freaking because y'all won't let me say what I want to say.
Technically, both sides is right, but go ahead, get it out, Chuck. We know you're old school. Hey, Chuck doing a little too much thinking, man. He get to stuttering over the words. He can't get it out, man. Say, calm down, Chuck.
I'll trade for it. It pisses me off when I hear guys say that, yo, man, when you're making $100 million a year to play sports, your life changes. There are certain rules and regulations you have to live by, plain and simple. You can't do stupid stuff. That's the trade-off. Now, if you want to do all that stuff and give all that money back, more power to you. You can make that stand. Say, you know what, I want to do what I want to do. I want to flash my gun and make videos and do things. Okay, that's fine. But you can't make money on the NBA doing this stuff. I just hope that he grows up and realizes, like, yo, man, first of all, you're not a thug.
Yeah.
You're not a criminal. You're not a crook. You're a guy making $100 million a year to dribble a stupid, $200 million to dribble a stupid basketball. And
Chuck low-key right too, though. And I can see and, give Ja a little more credit if he was actually from this background. You could be like, y'all kind of should expect this a little bit. He going to have to work on it. But it ain't shit for you to work on, buddy. This ain't never been a problem or, an obligation in your life. You always been good. So that's where Chuck coming from with it. Like, he was a fool, which he is.
And you hit the lottery. We all hit the lottery to do something. There's people out there work 9 to 5, 8 and 9 hours a week, gonna make $25,000 a year. They will kill to be in our situation. And, Kenny's right. At some point, it's not your friends. Bill Parcells used to always say, and I love it, he says, yo, man, you just an unlucky dude. Bad stuff happen around you all the time. You just an unlucky dude. No, man. You got to look in the mirror and say, yo, you know what? Maybe I'm the problem. And
yeah, man, start taking accountability, shit.
And it's disappointing because the kid's a great player, but to be a fool already, then be a bigger fool a couple of months later, and this is like your 5th or 6th gun thing. And like I say, hey, I'm a gun guy. But I don't understand why you're flashing it. My bodyguard teaching me, man, if you touch your gun, you better shoot somebody. It ain't for everybody to know you got.
Yeah.
And
that's a fact.
He riding around with, I guess he think he with Antoine Fuqua and Steven Spielberg. You got your quote friends filming you. They're idiots too. And I'm just sad, Ernie, because it's a bad look.
It's disappointing. I'll get to you in a second, Shaq. I think it's disappointing too, given the fact that after that first meeting with the commissioner and a very contrite-sounding Morant after that, look, I have to learn from this and I have to move on. And
Ernie, there's a lot of contrite things people in prison right now that could give you a great story.
Shaq looking like he don't even want to talk.
That's what's disappointing. The conduct is disappointing, and I just feel like he's tried to put a foot in two worlds. And when you try to put a foot in this one, and in this one's almost like you got a foot in this boat and a foot in this boat, and it's gonna end in a bad way.
No question.
I said last time, we can do things to put ourselves in jeopardy. Last time the incident happened, there was a mistake, and I'm trying to explain to people the difference between a mistake and a choice. Oh, that's a mistake. But if I think and decide to punch you, that's a choice. He made a choice to pull his phone out the first time when he in the club with no shirt on, to hit the live button, wait for it to connect, and do what he did. His friend made a choice the second time to hit the live button. He saw the camera in his face. He made the choice, not thinking. He has to understand there's written laws and unwritten laws. Do what you like, right?
Bang.
But Chuck makes a great point. Kenny makes a great point. And a lot of people arguing, a lot of these idiots arguing, they never heard the term morality clause. But you're in a billion-dollar corporation now. You can't do that. There's an unwritten law. You can't do that, right? You can't do it. And not only that, you got kids looking up to you, brother. Kids want to be like you.
Yeah.
Ever since the absence of the other guy, they're talking about you having the highest selling sneaker. Like you have a responsibility.
Oh, they gonna do my nigga Kyrie like that? The absence of the other guy. My nigga, he has a name. Oh, that's what they on? Damn. They on bullshit with Kyrie still?
The absence of the other guy, they're talking about you having the highest selling sneaker. Like you have
nasty work.
You have a responsibility, right? Charles, when he was saying I'm not a role model, he's not a role model, but one thing I like about Charles is he's honest. He says what's on his mind, and he's a kind person. So when you're in that position, you got a responsibility. And again, the 2 times that got himself in trouble, him and his boy made the choice to show the world what he was doing. You don't hit that button, we don't know what you're doing in Memphis.
Yeah, I agree with Shaq.
Fact, bro.
We don't know what you're doing in Memphis.
And he had another point. Most of the people that's going to talk about this, with the exception of maybe these 2 guys up here and some.
I'm done, bro. I'm done. I think Shaq pretty much hit it right on the head, bro. We tired of seeing Ja do all this stupid shit and throw money away. But he made the choice, bro. He made the choice both times. Sadly, our generation has a, intense problem with snitching on themselves. Thankfully, that problem missed right over me because I ain't never had that problem. These niggas out here different, boy. I must be cut from that cloth right before me, that other generation, bro, because that shit is sad. But if y'all think he gonna get it together, they might get a chip one day. If not, then sadly he won't be playing. But let me know what y'all think about in the comment section below. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Shout out to the Savage Nation. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
I spent the like 10. I got the pipe in, gon' spin a block, no type in. I just want the face like we Skype in. Can't cut no hoe, they be trifling. This is one night stand.